Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I thought I would show you how I plan my week every single week. As some of you may know, I'm a very organised person and I like everything to be nice and organised so that I can have a very productive week. I have been really enjoying watching these types of videos lately on YouTube. It's very interesting to see how different people plan and organise and go about their week and what methods and styles they use. For example, some people carry a diary with them or a planner or simply go for a to-do list. Some people don't do anything at all. So I thought it would be quite interesting to share with you how I do it, and if some of you are looking for a really good way to go about planning your week, then maybe this is something for you. I would also quickly like to say that this is just how I go about it. This is what works for me. This is not necessarily the best way. It's just the most simple and organised way that makes sense to me. I've tried lots of different things in the past, from carrying a journal or diary. I've had a big calendar. I've used a to-do list. I just carry notes on my phone. But I have found the best solution for me, and that is using Google Calendar. Google Calendar is amazing for so many reasons, and I'm going to quickly name a few. First of all, it's free, like everyone can access it. It's good for the environment because you're not wasting any paper whatsoever, as it's all on the computer or the phone. It can be easily synced, and what I mean by that is, let's say I type an event on my calendar on my computer, I can then have it automatically sync to my phone so that I can access my calendar wherever I go. I can easily change events on my calendar, so if plans change, I can move it to another day or another week. You can color code it and add little tags and notes so it's all organized the way you would like it. And lastly, you can send invitations and events and even share it with your partner, for example. So every time I make events on my calendar, it can go to my partner's calendar so that we can both see what we're doing. There are so many reasons why Google Calendar is amazing, but these are just the top ones for me and what I like about it. And the other thing I use to plan my week is ToDoIst. It is an app that is both on my computer and on my phone. Like Google Calendar, it can be synced and is easy to share around and change things and reorganize what you want to prioritize most. I have talked about ToDoIst on my channel before. I really love it. So those are the two things I use, and I just really love that it's so easy, accessible, and can be easily changed, and then it's on me all the time. I think if I had a diary or calendar in paper form, I wouldn't really have it on me all the time, and that would be very difficult to change plans or see and remember what I'm doing. So I really like having this online version as it's so easily accessible. And I'm trying to be really conscious with the waste I produce in this earth. Therefore, I do not want to purchase more books and added paper and waste. So I really like it being on the computer or phone. With that being said, I'm now going to show you how I organise my week on my calendar and on my to-do list. So today is the 26th of March, and this is what my calendar looks like at the moment. So the first thing I do when planning my week is I straight away put in my roster for my work. So I put in all the hours so that everything else throughout the week can be worked around my work hours, as work comes first. So here I have put in when I'm working throughout the week. This week I'm not working very much at all because I never really work on Mondays, and then there's a public holiday on Friday and Sunday, so there isn't much work this week because of the Easter holiday, but that's okay. So that's why my calendar isn't that full at the moment. So now that I put my work schedule in, the next things I'm going to put in are things that I have to do every single day. So for example, I probably won't be waking up before 7 AM, so everything's going to be happening from then onwards. And something I want to do every morning is my new journaling morning routine. So I'm going to go in and paste that at the same time every single morning because that is something I have to do every single day. And then I also have a nighttime journaling routine, so I'm going to go ahead and put that at the bottom as well because this is just a must for me, so I need to find time in my day to do that. Something I need to do today is a 2K run, which I haven't done yet, so I'm just going to move that there. Filming videos is something I'm going to be doing probably until about 4 p.m. So there we are. So that is Monday done. So I've filled out everything that I'm going to be doing today. Usually I would have already done all this. I have purposely deleted things out of my calendar so that I can actually show you. I didn't delete everything because I already had my work roster in my calendar. So I just wanted to leave that because that's not going to change. And I'm just showing you in order what I put in my calendar. So just a quick recap. First thing is put in all your work roster in so that you can work around all of that, because that's something you cannot change. Then add in the things that must be done throughout the week that you want to do on a daily basis, because you have to find time for that in your calendar. And then set the times that you're going to be doing everything so that it's all in order on your calendar, and allow the amount of time needed to get all those things done. I like to be organised, but I like to organise in the most simple way possible. I don't like to colour code on my calendar or do anything to the extreme. I like to do it all very simply, because otherwise it will very quickly become very overwhelming. And it will also become very time consuming for me. And the whole point of organising for me is that then my life becomes a lot easier and it's not as overwhelming and too stressful. Whereas I feel like if I have to make it to the extreme, so organised with tabs and lots of colour coding, I think it just becomes a lot of work, and then it's ruining the purpose of why I organise in the first place, because then it just actually takes up more of my time. So this is the most simple way I can do it. I could make it a lot more organised and have all the pink things on my calendar mean the things I have to do every day, and blue means work, and green means exercise, all sorts of things like that. But I feel like just keeping it nice and simple, allocating times for things every single day, and just having it all the same colour is just a lot easier for me. But obviously you do it the way that you want to. I've always been an organised person, and it allows me to make the most out of my time and get things done, so that I can live as stress-free as possible and things don't get too overwhelming. So now you can see I have the things that I have to do every day, which is journaling and reading, and I've put time aside for the runs that I need to do this week, and I've got where I need to film videos and my work, and then my social life is just all about the page. And I can change that and add to that, because now I can see where I have free time. So if someone wants to catch up with me, or I know I need to see someone, then I can do that quickly by looking at my calendar and seeing exactly where I've got free time to do so. So now that we have my calendar all sorted, now I'll show you how I use my ToDoIst app. So this is the ToDoIst website, and usually I have a whole bunch of tasks, but I've deleted them for the purpose of this video so I can show you how I do it. Now there is projects and labels and filters, but again, I like to keep it quite simple and organised and just very easy. So I just use the inbox and I put everything there, and then I can rearrange the tasks for what needs to be done first. So now I'm going to go ahead and write everything down that I want to accomplish within the next week or two, or just whenever I get time to do these things. I feel like when I see my to-do list, whenever I've got time, I then go check something off and work on it. I look at my to-do list several times a day. I'm never going to delete a task until I've actually done it. So I feel like this app really allows me to get things done, because I've told myself that I can't just remove things, like I actually have to do it. So as you can see, I have just written down a whole bunch of things that I want to get done in the next week or so, and you can move it all around to what's important. So I know I have written go for a run in my calendar as well. However, that is something I can easily move to the next day if I don't feel like it, or run out of time or something. So I like to put it in my to-do list as well, because that makes me know that I will do it at some point, because I'm not allowed to get rid of it until I've done it. So I like to put that on my to-do list as well, because that's something I tend to prolong as long as I can. So I like to put that there. So you can move things around really easy on this website, which I really like. And you can also keep track of how many tasks you complete a day. You can set goals for yourself. You can see here I've almost completed 900 tasks, so I do use it a lot, and I just really love it. So these are the two things that I use to organize my week and my life, if you can say. Like, I have events in my calendar in December. Like, I organize it all the time, and I'm honestly constantly looking at it because I like to see what I'm doing for the next day so I can prepare myself tonight, for example, all that sort of stuff. So I really like having it on me at all times, and it allows me to be very, very productive. I hope this video wasn't too confusing and it made a lot of sense. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up, and I would also love to see in the comments how you guys organize your life, whether you use diaries, or you also use a different type of calendar online, or you maybe even use the same things as me. I'd be really curious to hear. This is what works for me and I honestly love it. Nice and simple. But yeah, if you guys have any tips or advice, I'd love to hear it. I find this all so interesting. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!